Hey, Podnutzians. Hope everything is going well with you guys tonight. It's going to just be a solo night, so I'm going to do stuff a little bit different and a little bit dangerous, I'm going to say. Streaming live with one thing, I'm going to try to hit record and do spots individually instead of just trying to do one continuous recording with the show by myself. Doing an Android show completely by myself, without pausing, without stopping, is not easy. So, if right in the very top of the YouTube, there should be a link to a Google Word document where if you would like to partake and help pick out links and the such, um, I'll say feel free to. I think I can also post it right here in the YouTube chat. Let me see how that goes. Looks like it took. Okay, so yeah, so I'll say feel free to peruse the doc and say what should be talked about or anything like that. Okay, first I want to go over some hardware. First, I'm going to do the intro, and I need to thank our Patreon supporter, which I'm not going to lie, almost forgot to do. Not prudent. Let's first clear out that doc. Okay, let's go here to the Patreon. We're at 566. Tim, my boy Tim. Okay, so let's first record an intro. That should not be hard. Let's say, start look recording, reload. Yep, recording started. Okay, here comes the intro. Here comes the intro. Hey, Podnutzians, welcome to Android App Addicts number 566. This is a Patreon supported show. No ads, no hype, no spin, no promises to anybody except you, the listener. And today we are thanking Tim Laswell. I'll just say this: really good guy, really good friend. He's helped me a lot throughout the years. Without him, I'm not sure how sane I would be with a lot of things. So I'll say thank you very much, Tim, for all the support and for being just a really nice guy. If you too would like to help support this show, it's very easy. You can go to patreon.com/Android App Addicts, and you too can support us. And then I hit that button. Now the recording is not recording my voice, but the time is still going, which is no big deal. Okay. Big thank you to Tim. Hell of a guy. Hey, Red. Okay, next I'm going to go over the typical standard, thanks to Mark, hardware news right now, which let me hold down this button for like 5 seconds. This is going to be just another quick recording probably. Josh is on vacation, literally on vacation, what looked like in the middle of a lake, having a really good time with family. Ivor is still recouping. He's looking much better. I'll say this, sounding much better privately. He believes he can make it next week. And I'll say, I feel really bad. I was reminded today just how long some of this break was. And I feel bad that I believe no Patreon was suspended or stopped during the whole time. So if you are a Patreon supporter and you feel like, you were wrong that I went more than a month without a show and you still got charged, please do not hesitate to let me know. I will happily give you your money back because I don't like it when it gets done to me. So I apologize in advance. Hardware news, I'll say this. We're hearing lots of rumblings about Pixel devices, which if you're a longtime listener to this show, I don't like paying money and then I'm still a beta tester to a company. So I'm really not excited about the Pixel stuff. I'm happy to see them continuing on. I'm happy to see them doing more things, but that doesn't mean they're going to be good for anybody. They're going to be good for people who want that kind of thing. Now, the lead camera guy left. He's now working for Adobe. The guy who did all of the smartness for the camera is gone. So I don't know how much better these next devices are going to be. I will say, since this show is going solo with just me, the end people listening in the podcast will hopefully hear no difference, thanks to mastery of editing that was taught to me by Steve Cherubino. But to the live listener who comes out Thursday night, this is going to be a much more interactive to at least their perspective, to where they will be able to help me partake in which stories to select, which stories to skip, because I literally have easily 5 pages of links. Each link is 4 lines long. Title of page, description, more description, URL. So lots of stuff going on here. The first bit of hardware news I'm going to talk about is a really good guy out of Texas named Jeff sent me what I consider to be one of the more awesome things I've gotten. Now I've gotten some really awesome things. Uh, the 3 best things I've ever gotten so far from listeners are from Richard. I got an Upboard, which is a Raspberry Pi based Intel computer. My handy dandy, always trustworthy Pinebook Pro, which is one of the most shocking $200 buys I think I've ever witnessed in my life on how well it runs, how solid it runs. The third, which I showed, was what is called the Pine Phone, which is this from the same people who make the Pine Book. This, I believe, was the very first edition that was sent out, the UB Ports edition. Um, I literally just got it today, just unboxed it today. I will say this: I am a Linux weenie. Hi, I'm Door to Door Geek. Some people even call me a maven. Some people call me a guru. I'm not. I'm just a nerd who loves Linux. Um, that does not mean all of a sudden this show is going to be called Pine Phone Addicts or Pine Phone Progressive WebEx Addicts or not. No, no, no. The show is going to be Android App Addicts, because even though I'm a extreme believer in the future of open source being everywhere, I do not perceive this being a viable platform for the masses for easily 4 years. I was going to say 3 to 4 years, but easily 4 years. But this will be, I think, a tremendously fun device to mess around with. Being a Linux nerd, I can load Manjaro, I can load Debian, I can load Ubuntu, I can load Fedora, I can load Kali. There's a whole bunch of things I can do with this. I can literally just put it in my pocket and have it as a pocket hacking device. It does have some um, mobile carrier support. Haven't had a lot of time to play with that either. Literally just got it today, but I'm going to just play with it. It's going to be a really good, fun device, keeping me excited about mobile technology. Um, the other hardware news, I will take a look at this sheet. And I stopped local recording, and while this YouTube studio is reloading, Captain Zero, how you doing, Rob? Rob, really good to see you. Yes, Rob, there is definitely going to be some in interacting and acting, yes, acting, tonight, because I find if I try to do an Android App Addicts by myself from beginning to end, with no breaks, no pauses, it just becomes really difficult to maintain and keep moving forward, kind of thing. So there's a top in the very top of the link of the YouTube comments should be a link to the document where it has a whole bunch of links in there. Uh, Fitness trackers, games, open source PDF scanners, Huawei Mate 5, clamshell, Buzzkill looked interesting to me. Lenovo tag it. Yeah, there's another bit of hardware news. Let me go like this. Let me come over here, and I'm going to keep that document preserved. This Lenovo I want to talk about just because I do consider that hardware news. So I'm going to move that to the top over here. Okay, great example of progressive web apps, ever clear, no history, pre-order. Yep, I'm going to talk about this one too. The pre-order, the Show Me Band 5, that's hardware too. And I think it's a great price. That's the real reason I'm talking about it. It seems like a really good price. Open scan first renders. Here we can look at that too. This should be looking at that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Debian, Moblin, Microsoft Android transformation, Zomi 100. They actually went higher, I believe. But this is hardware that needs to be at least mentioned because it is going to change how everything is done. Some people are terrified it's going to cause fires. I'm pretty sure this ain't as they're not going to pull a Samsung. Clodroid brings iOS. To Raspberry Pi, yeah. Fast charging gets fast. Yeah, see, here's why. The fast charging goes up to 125. I knew it. I knew there was something else. So let me come over here and say fast charging goes to 125. Put that now beneath that one. We can do a quick little, like a little roundup of some hardware there. I like the idea of that. Okay. Launcher, camera, pair the Wiimote. That's cool. I don't know if it's worth the Mozilla. I'm definitely going to talk about that later. Native Alpha lets you transform any website into native full screen. That was interesting. I'm not going to lie. Codium programming language. Google offers free course. That's cool. The brain behind Google Pixel. I already mentioned that. So if I already mentioned that, I might as well move it to the top. Make that the first note in the show. Okay, I'm near the bottom. Come here. Okay. Aurora SS. That was interesting. I'm just gonna say that. Mac Droid device automation. That was from an email, I believe. Yak media player. Yeah, mixed feelings. Some smartwatches and fitness trackers double as earbud holders. This I got to bring just because it's like on the way to Ivor's dream of the tablet watch. Okay, and then the next one, Corning's Gorilla Glass. Got to at least mention that because that will change. That will change how a lot of stuff is done. But there's one thing that has to be clarified. And then the two political things. I'm not going to talk about them right now. Okay, so let's go into some hardware news. Let me go back up to the top and say, oh man, I was scrolling the wrong one. Okay, so first one. Okay, I'm gonna go like this. Audio to hell with no audio. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Christian. It isn't the reboot that's bad. It's the reboot and the reboot and the reboot. But then on the streaming rig, I have to first open up Google Chrome, then open up Thunar, then open up Brave, then open up Firefox, then open up LibreOffice Writer, then open up ImageArt, then open up ImageArt, then open up OBS and click Stream. If I open up OBS up first, it blows the config completely away. Okay. Uh, the link still should be working for this. Let me see. Yeah, still showing all that. Okay. We already went over. It's a storming outside. We already went over. Oh, yeah, got to open that back up again. The Escodium. Yeah, the three most things on podcast recording. Okay. Okay, now we're into the hardware news. That's right. Okay, so, and I already checked the recording was fine. So, next up, let's go like this. And now I'm going to be more professional. What I'm going to say is, yeah, I'm going to come here and say, we're going to first open up Lenovo. It takes 2 clicks. Then we're going to open up pre-order. That one. Okay, next we're going to open up 100 watt. Then we're going to open up 125 watt. Then we're going to say smartwatch, fitness tracker, double as, double, double as. And then we're going to say Corona glass, which I'm going to keep saying wrong. Corning, Corning, Corning. Okay. So, yes, we got that. Now let me come back here. Let's verify. Yep, that's right. Okay, that's right. Okay. Okay. Okay, now in more hardware related news, there's a couple things. One of them that caught my eye, and it's caught my eye only because it's different. Again, I like things that challenge the norm, try to do things other than other companies. Lenovo is one of the companies, they walk that line between making the old faithful things like a ThinkPad, but then they're also looking at making this, which is the Lenovo Yoga X. And the leak suggests it's an Android tablet that when you plug up the right wire to it becomes an external monitor. Okay. Which some people say, well, that's stupid. Just have an external monitor. Or that's stupid. Just have an Android tablet. I like the idea of I can have something that I can use as an Android tablet, but then when I need to, I can plug up to like a laptop or something else and use as an external monitor. Um, I don't know. I have no problem in saying I have no idea how successful it's going to be. It's going to have to be a very fairly priced monitor, in my belief, and hopefully you'll have enough power to be a respectable Android tablet. I will say they've made their fair share of Android devices in the past. Some of them people liked, some of them people really did not like. Hopefully, this is the one that they make and people like. Just because I like the fact that it is something that I consider to be absolutely completely different. Um, Next up in the hardware side of things, we have the Xiaomi Mi Band 5 fitness watch, only available right now for pre-order, but pre-order brand new Mi Band 5 for 42 bucks. 42 bucks seems like an absolute steal to me. Um for a like bona fide fitness tracker that lasts for days and days and days, not just like a day or two. I want to say this lasted they expected to be 10 days worth of charge. With a fairly modest size screen. This is no little tiny screenette kind of thing, and it looks like it's full color. Um, 42 bucks, 41.99. I'm not really the one to buy a fitness tracker, but I'll say if I was to buy a fitness tracker, I don't need a $300 fitness tracker. Okay. In fact, I don't need a watch. I have everything else that's a watch already. My laptop's a watch, tablet's a watch, phone's a watch, everything's a watch. I have people around me. What time is it? I don't need a watch. A fitness tracker for that price would, I will just say, be appealing to someone like me. So if you're in the market for a fitness band slash watch in the next couple months, because it's just on pre-order right now, 42 bucks, the Show Me Me band. And again, Show Me is spelled Xiaomi. Okay. Speaking of Show Me, they made some news over on Giz China, which is a site that I do go to quite frequently. They announced their 100-watt, in air quotes, supercharged turbocharging technology. Um, a lot of people understand a couple things. What they don't understand is we're always moving forward, doing better, doing things people thought were unheard of. Um, yes, the past issues with fast charging was the heat. Well, you just find a better way to dissipate the heat, then you can charge faster. Okay. Show Me unveiled a 100-watt supercharger. And I will say the next one is they also showed off, Oppo showed off a 125-watt fast charging system where you can charge a 4,000 milliamp battery in 20 minutes. Okay. That is near insane, is what I'm going to say. Or it will give you 41% charge plugged in just 5 minutes. I will have no problem in saying these people are not going to pull a Samsung. They're not going to put a phone out that explodes. Okay. This is 2020. They've seen the mistakes made by others in the past. So thank you, Samsung, for letting other people know what not to do. I have faith. I have good faith to believe that Xiaomi and Oppo will do these fast charging things right now. With all that said, I still don't really want a fast charging station because I remember Ellis Owens back from Mobile Dynasty was in direct communications with a couple like ROM developers that were creating custom operating systems, and a couple of them were very hardware intelligent. And two of them, I believe it was, told him that the caveat is typically the faster the charge also means the faster the discharge. They said it is very difficult and very expensive to charge fast and discharge slow. I'm not going to say they're right. I will say it like this: it kind of makes sense. So I'm going to wait for a lot of people to say, while my fast charging battery lasts a while, and while my fast charging battery, like in a year, still lasts a while. I can see having a fast charging device, but not charging it under the fast charging mode unless you have to. To me, it shouldn't be the kind of thing that you should do every single day. Okay, quick break. So I don't know how it could be out of focus because there is no focus. Okay, let me try it like this. Let me say full screen display. See, it's then what that means is, see, I already have the YouTube streaming at the lowest latency. I had to say this really slow, at the lowest latency possible. I'd rather have low latency. Let me come here and say, see, it won't let me exit the stream. If I increase the latency, then it can increase the clarity. So let me see this. Let me see if I just merely bump up the screen a little bit. Yeah, see, it looks much bigger at least. So I'm going to guess that will be much, much better. Much easier to read is what I'm going to guess. I'm going to purposely wait like 10 seconds. And that's the one where I left off at, was 125 fast charging. Yeah, I find if I increase the quality of the stream, then it will literally become like a 2 to 3 minute lag from when I talk to where you guys hear it. And I can't change it while I'm streaming. Don't see a way. Yeah, stream settings, enable DVR. Yeah, see, something like this. Ready? There's no end stream and then restart stream. Damn it. I'm pretty sure if I click end stream, I can't restart it. But yeah, it does say does not support closed caption, 1044p, and 4K resolutions. Ah, damn it. All I can do is try to make the font bigger. I know it's going to get kind of ridiculously big. Probably look fine on a handheld. Okay, it is noted though. Next stream, I'll pick one up from low latency and see if we can get better. Okay, so we did that. So now, let's say, and then we have something I absolutely had to bring only because I could hear like the voice of Ivor in my ear, and it is basically that some smartwatches and fitness trackers double as earbuds holders, and I had to say that really slow. So you have a smartwatch or a fitness tracker, and it doubles as an earbud holder, which seems a little bit slightly weird to me. But when I look at the pictures on this CNX software, it seems more plausible. But this is the old VCR DVD TV combo, which means if one thing breaks, then more than likely the whole thing you're going to have to throw away. I'm going to guess. Now, if you can easily get replacement earbuds and stuff, then this becomes much more plausible. But it actually looks like this could possibly work and make sense. Where they have a picture of a watch, and the two sides, there's the two earpieces. Then you have like a thicker fitness tracker, and the top opens up like a flip top, which I'm going to guess that's a pretty thick one there. And they have a picture of a couple other ones. Um, I'll just say it again. I really like it when people challenge the norm. It seems like something that could get some kind of market share somewhere. I don't know if it'll be America or not, but I'm all for competition. I'm all for having earbud holders kind of thing. My current earbud holder is quite literally just a little box that's taking up space in my pocket. So it isn't like I have the perfect solution kind of thing. Um, it works. It works as a battery too. So the bad thing is, if that is also holding your earbud, it also means you're going to get less battery life out of your watch. Now, if your fitness tracker is already working for 10 plus days between charges, then I can see it making a lot more sense as being an actual portable earbud holder slash fitness tracker watch slash battery pack, which is a lot of slashes. Okay. Last one on the hardware front. This one I had to bring up only because I heard too many other people not understand at all. Okay. Corning Gorilla Glass Victus promises 2x better scratch resistance, better break protection, everything. And then they and said something about it scratching a diamond. Okay. The secret to Corning Gorilla Glass is not the fact that it is hard. Okay. It's the fact that it is both rigid yet flexible. If it was nothing but rigid, every time you would drop it, the thing would shatter to a million pieces. You cannot have something that's just rigid. It also needs to have a certain amount of flexibility to where when it does drop and it does experience torque, it does not break, yet the surface of it does not scratch. And that's the secret why Corning is making all the money right now in their stuff. So expect Corning Gorilla Glass to never be able to scratch a diamond. That's not how it works. It's going to be flexible like a roll-up screen or a bendable screen, yet the surface of it will be able to take like your old infomercial key across it and not have visible scratches. That's what the ultimate like euphoric place for Corning will be. We'll see when they're going to make it there, because I tell you right now, if you would show people these types of glass and the damage they can take even 20 years ago, they would think you have some magic stuff or you're running a scam, because it seems implausibly possible that this could even happen. But I can tell you right now, Corning Gorilla Glass is the innovator when it comes to this kind of thing. Nobody else, seems like they can keep up with them or catch up with them. So expect basically all phones shortly to have Corning Gorilla Glass Victus any day now. Strictly any day now. I'll stop the recording. Oh, man. Well, and I'll just say I try not to make it too much of a video-centric thing, is the way that I'll put it. Only because I don't want the people not watching video to feel left out. You know, I got to say that. I got to say it out loud because I can't. Oh my goodness. So, Christian, I mean, are you watching? I'm guessing you're watching on your desktop or laptop. And did you go to the three dots and go to quality and try to change the resolution there? Will it let you go up any higher? Maybe. I don't know. Man, that sucks. Okay. I got to do email. I'm gonna do a quick email first. I'm gonna try to do two of them, I believe. Should be fairly easy to do. Okay. Okay, first email here we have is from Steve W. Hi, Dora, Josh, and Ivor. Just thought I'd drop you a quick email to check your all is okay and have been missing your podcast over the last couple months. Hope everything is well with you and you're keeping safe. This was July 12th. We literally recorded a podcast, I want to say on the 9th, and it wasn't getting released till the 13th. So I just basically replied to him, said that, we are releasing an episode. Sorry, we went so long without a show, basically, but thank you for sitting down, caring enough to write us an email. The long and the short of it, you go back and listen to a DDG episode about calcific tendonitis and spondylosis. I think I pronounced them both right, and I can't believe it. Um, Shoulder damage, neck damage, uh, uh, everything I was doing for it was wrong. Ivor had his issues. Josh had family stuff going on with stresses. So it was really, and then of course everyone with the COVID. So it was just really not a very fun time with it. He does have a few apps that I will take a look at here. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, I'm gonna click all four of them. Just go bang, 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 bang. Weather, score, RSS widget, feed reader, new S. Okay. Okay, he listed four apps in an email. I'm going to try to see if I can get around to actually sitting down with all four of them. The links will be in the notes. It's Meteorgram Weather Widget by Cloud3 Squared, Sofa Score, Soccer Scores, Stats, and Live Sports apps from Sofa Score, RSS Widget, which sounds good to me, by Wagwis Alzum. And then we have Feed Our Newsreader Weekend Coders. I will say this, Stephen. I'm going to try to remember to send an email back. If you haven't taken a look at Tiny Tiny RSS, I have an instance running on one of my servers. I have no problem with creating you an account and giving you access to it. Then on your end, you just download the Tiny Tiny RS Reader. You can subscribe to feeds in that and access your feeds anywhere. Think of it as your own personal feed reader server slash application. I think it's really useful. Um, I will try to make sure these links are in the notes as well. Stopping the recording. So now I'm going to basically hit pause, hit copy. I'm going to put them in the notes right now. Bang, bang, bang. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, which I know is one thing I hate about YouTube comments. There's no way it's going to let me copy this entire email and put it into these notes or put it into the chat. Anyone care to bet money on it? Told you. Wow. It will only take 1/8 of an email. Wow. It's horrible, 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 YouTube. Okay, so let's go back to this and say I got to bring up this one because that's what I do. Okay. Okay, first website thing I just had to bring up. I went and did some more digging on progressive web apps showcasing is the way I'll put it. This one I found I thought was pretty good. None of them seem complete. None of them have perfect searching features and options. But this one I did like at least the look and feel of it, and it had a little bit more choice, I want to say. It is called Progressive webapproom.com. I'll say this, a lot of popular games that we've seen other places, simple in web app form, more than a couple productivity apps, more than a couple like lifestyle kind of apps, lots of travel apps that right now aren't getting any usage, and lots of entertainment apps, news apps, a couple sports apps, shopping classified apps, and many tools, including the Tomato Work Pomodoro timer application kind of thing. The real reason I love progressive web apps is I love the idea of being able to use it on a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, a mobile, a phone, or anything, and always experiencing the exact same look and feel, which I know is weird, but I like the at least that concept, that idea of being able to do that. Okay, stop the recording. I wanted to talk about. Oh man, we didn't do the renders of the Huawei Mate 5. That's I guess okay. Um, I don't know if you guys clicked into the Google Doc at all to take a look at any things, if anything looked interesting, worthy of being talked about, is the way I'll put it. But I am going to talk about this real quick, only because it looked fair on the Google Play. What's this one? Okay, first app I wanted to talk about. The real reason I wanted to talk about was it because it was completely free, ad free, no in-app purchases. I do believe it was all actually hosted on GitHub and completely free kind of code. It's called OpenScan Ethereal Developers Productivity App. 59 reviews. E for everyone. Why do you keep doing this, dude? No. If you were sorry, you would stop doing it. I asked you to go to bed an hour ago. I love you. Thanks for the hug. Thanks for the help with the lawn today. At least Billy knocks on the wall instead of walking behind me and freaking me out. I love you. Well, you did. You're lucky I'm not that old. I have a heart attack. I'll see you tomorrow morning. What time is it? Did mom tell you to go to bed? No, Billy did. Then you can stay up a little later. Stop scaring the hell out of me. Okay, but stop scaring the hell out of me. I swear he gives me a heart attack every time he does that. Okay. So then since he did that, take a quick pause. All reviews. Don't care about all reviews. Reviews suck. Pop, pop, pop. So I can see it when I'm editing. Do believe this is completely open source code. No permissions really needed. The only permissions that are needed are what I call normal permissions for the kind of app you can use as a like portable scanner, which is basically just photo, media, files, storage. That's it. It just needs the ability to access your camera, take a picture of something, and then OCR scan it into a actual file itself. We've seen a bunch of these in the past. We've seen hundreds of these things in the past, but I love when people put them up with open ideals behind them, no in-app purchases, no ads, no nothing, just a simple, clean, super small, tiny download. Currently 4.9 reviews, only 59 reviews. Um, Updated July 7th, 2020, 5.5 megs in size, only 1,000 plus installs. Current version 1.0.0 requires 4.1 Android and up. Content rating E for everyone, and has a Gmail address as a developer, but not an actual website, which isn't shocking for 2020. So if you need a simple, clean cut OCR scanner, check out OpenScan from Ethereal Developers. Damn, that kid gives me a heart attack. Drives me crazy. Open scan. Just did that one. Did I put that by the top? Yeah. I'm actually keeping track of it. I can't believe it. Buzzkill. This is something I had to talk about only because it made sense. Why did that not work? Control C, Control H, replace with nothing. Okay, yeah, that's it. Get it out of there, man. I'll tell you what, VS Codium works pretty good. There you go. Okay, this one I liked. Okay, Buzzkill notifications about us. Oh, reminds me of an email, which I'm going to make sure just in case we did not mention it, which was from repeat it again. Yeah, here it is. Okay, review a quick email. Just I'm not positive if we covered this or not. I haven't heard from Pete for a little bit. This email came in May the 11th, so I'm going to guess we did take care of it, but it bears repeating either way. The email says, "Hi guys. A few weeks ago, Twitter disabled SMS notification of Twitter messages. I really liked this feature because it let me receive text messages containing the specific tweets of people I cared about. The Twitter app itself still lets me know these specific people have tweeted something, but then I have to scroll through or search to find out what they said." Okay. Long and the short of it is there is no simple app you can download, put in a Twitter handle, and it will take care of it for you. But the two solutions I know are Zapier and ITT, if this, then that, IFTTT. Both of them have completely free tiers. Both of them, you can simply log in, connect it to a Twitter account, and say, whenever this person tweets, send me, and you can say an SMS. And it will put the entire message in there if you want, or just the person's name, or both. Um, or you can have it sent to you as an email, or you can have it sent to an RSS feed, or you can send it have to a Google Doc, or you can have it in almost any way you can digest it using services like If This Then That, IFTTT. So if you're missing that instant gratification of this person just sent a tweet saying this, you absolutely have to check out stuff like Zapier and If This Then That. They're the two best ways I'll say to do it. I thought there was another email. I don't think so. Okay, so Buzzkill. I want to talk about Buzzkill. Okay. Okay, then up next we have this app that I saw on, I believe it was Reddit/r/Android apps or new Android app, something like that. And it caught my eye because A, no in-app purchases, B, no ads. When your app does that, you immediately have my attention because that means you have something else in mind. This app is called Buzzkill Notification Superpowers from Sam Rustin Tools. E for everyone, $2.49 to buy. Tells you up front, this is what it's going to cost you. 75 reviews, 4.8 average reviews. Um, it is eligible for the family library, updated July 25th, 2020, 3.2 megs in size. That's quite efficient there. 500 plus installs, current version 1.3.3, requires 7.0 Android and up. Content rating E for everyone. Permissions, it's going to need at least some access. And really, all it says is modify secure system settings, control vibration, prevent device from sleeping. Okay. Um, Offered by Sam Rustin. Again, that's pretty efficient code you got there, Sam. Um, this is the application that you need if you want to have a stranglehold of your notifications. Or if you're really getting fatigue notification, is the way I'll put it. And hypothetically, you'll say, I want um, emails from this person to just do nothing. When I want emails from this company to just give me a vibration. But if I get email from this person, give me a vibration and a notification sound, a custom notification sound for each. You can also have reminders set. So if there's a notification still in my shade, remind me again later, kind of thing. I have no problem in saying this is taking something like Tasker and making it more digestible when it comes to notifications is the best way I can put it. For $2.49, I figured this was well worth the gamble. I have no problem in saying I love the fact that I can say, even if Google doesn't put it in the correct folder of, they have the updates and the social and all that kind of thing. I like it the fact that I can say if an email comes across from this company, don't even give me a notification. I'll see the email when I need to see it. There's no rush to see it. But when I get an email from these other people, give me a notification sound and a buzz. It really did help not have as much notification fatigue in the last couple of weeks. And $2.50, if you don't have that sitting in your Google opinion rewards bucket, I don't know, walk to the store more or something. Because the more stores you kind of visit, the more likely you're going to get a Google opinion rewards ping on you. Really good features, including cool down, dismiss, reply, vibration, remind me, undo, snooze, and many more. $2.50, in my opinion, well worth the money. Really good job, Sam Rustin. Thank you for making a app with no ads, no crazy permissions, no in-app purchases, and you just buy once and you're done. Okay. Let me put that by the top. I don't know if I want to talk about the Debian stuff at all. I just bookmarked it. No. No. There. Better. Okay, I'm going to go down. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this. Google Play Pass. Da, 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 da. Okay, Google Play Pass. Okay, Google Play Pass had some updates, had some modifications, had some enhancements. I don't mind saying that out loud. They had some enhancements. Google Play Pass launching in 9 more countries and adds a cheap annual subscription plan. Currently, they are charging me $2 a month, where I want to say the normal was $5 a month. If you buy a total of a year up front, they're basically going to give it to you for half price. So instead of paying $5 a month, which would be $60 a year, you're paying $29 a year, which I'm going to say it like this. I am a supporter of Android. I'm a supporter of paying for what you like. I'm a supporter of supporting those who support you. I have not seen really any benefit at all whatsoever in any shape, way, or form to being a Google Play Pass subscriber. I've been inundated weekly with nagging notifications to cash in on these mystic coins that can get me in-app purchases for apps I don't want to touch anyway. Um, but most of the things I wanted on the list I already had anyway. So if you're a holdout and you don't like buying apps, I encourage you to take a look at what apps and games are available on the Play Pass. Hypothetically, if there's 3 or 4 things on that list, it might behoove you to just pay the yearly fee and get all those apps basically forever, because I haven't seen anything come off of the Play Pass yet. I don't know if it's going to get better. I can say it wouldn't shock me if it doesn't get a whole lot better. But I'm happy to see now Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, New Zealand, Spain, and the UK went to other. Those are the other countries that have been now able to get Play Pass, and I want more people to play with it, to get it. To be honest, I do believe the more people that pay into this, the more they're going to make the system better for everybody. So that's why I got it. I hope that Google makes it better for everybody to want this kind of thing. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it off or not, but it's the kind of thing I would like to believe that they could do it, is what I want to say. Okay. I'd like to at least mention this one. Okay. This was an article I pinged on computerworld.com, which, quite mixed feelings about Computer World. The title, of course, caught me because that's what clickbait's supposed to do. It says the Microsoft Android transformation is about to affect us all. Blink and you might miss it, but Microsoft is little by little reshaping Google's mobile ecosystem for the better, and all signs suggest it's only getting started. Okay, I will just put it like this. This is not your older brother's Microsoft, because it used to be your grandfather's or whatever. This is not your older brother's Microsoft. They have pivoted at breakneck speeds in a lot of their ideals. I'm not sure their ethics or morals, but they at least want to give the impression they have. I am perfectly okay with Microsoft pushing their will on other companies, as well as I'm perfectly okay with other companies pushing their will onto Microsoft. No company has to react to it. Okay. If Android wants, Android doesn't have to move a muscle for anything that Microsoft does or wants, unless it, of course, is in their both best interest, which I'm not going to say is in the end user's best interest, even though it could be. I like seeing challenging, changing, ever-changing, dynamic things happening, especially when it leaves out companies like Cisco, companies like Apple, companies like Oracle, when it leaves them out of the fray. I'm perfectly okay with that. I have no choice but to use Microsoft 5 days a week for my 9 to 5 job. Everyone agrees it's gotten remarkably better. I will say it's becoming more like Linux. Them now taking on Android just tells me they're going to be more like Android. They're going to be less of what they used to be and just keep moving forward and keep changing, migrating their own thought patterns and what it means. I hope whatever happens, it's end users who are the ultimate victors and the ultimate, people who get the reward out of this weird merger hybrid ecosystem that's going to come forth. Um, Microsoft has already proven that they can make some of the most best, that other people say, Android apps ever. Some of their mobile apps are fantastic. Partially that comes from them buying the right companies who do Android apps. Part of that, I'm sure it just comes from them, devoting resources to it, kind of thing, making it happen. Um, I don't, like this person, claim to understand how it's going to end. I will say it's going to be interesting. I don't think any one thing is going to win or come out on top, but I think it's going to at least be very interesting. Oh, I gotta talk about the Mozilla, which I will say I am all in favor of this because of competition. Um, bang, 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 bang. There I am. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, ready? This one. Mozilla launching a VPN. And I understand people's hesitancy. I get it. Okay. Okay, next, we have something that I easily understand why people would question, why you would do something. Do you trust them? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, first, let's say it like this. I don't use a VPN for security reasons. I have nothing to hide. There is nothing that I do on a public internet that it, everyone else is free to see. Okay. I'm not reporting on things that can get me killed. I'm not doing illegal um, federal violations, committing felonies. I'm not doing any kind of treasonous things. I'm not doing any kind of mass moving of money around or anything. I do a VPN just to see what I can do. And I don't even watch like BBC content. I don't even log into other countries so I can watch okay, I lie. I do watch UFC live pay-per-views. Okay, so I'm not perfect. Neither are you. Get over it. Okay. And one person kindly asked me, when I'm looking at this Mozilla VPN, does that mean I'm giving up on private internet access? And the answer is hell no. Okay. If you thrive on security and a logless system that doesn't log anything, then you have to get PIA, private internet access. It is one of the only VPN companies that I have no problem in saying right now, late July 2020, is some of the most trustworthy VPN companies that have ever existed. There's two, maybe three other ones that are in contention. But I can tell you right now, PIA will always right now be in the top top two or three. It's my top one. I use a VPN just to see what I can do. Okay. And Mozilla launched their VPN. It costs $5 a month. I think it is 5 devices. And I installed it the day it launched, which was at least now a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I put it on my Android device because they don't have a Linux client ready. Sad trombone sound here. They do have a Windows version. They do have a Mac version. So I put it on my Android device and I immediately started tunneling all my traffic through Sweden. Why Sweden? First off, why the hell not? But I guess more importantly, because in some respect, I trust their government's um, lack of wanting to violate individual personal liberties, maybe a touch more than, the current. Well, no, this government from for my entire life, basically, to not want to basically intrude on individuals' personal liberty. So I've been going through Sweden. I am definitely shocked how at least 50% of the things I'm doing is faster, even though I'm coming out more than a quarter of the way around the world and then going to servers that are probably back in North America. My traffic, for the most part, over 50% of the things I do is clearly faster. The other 50% of the things are, I'll say, just as slow, not as fast. So on July 16th is when they launched it. It looks like I got it literally on July 16th. And the real reason I did it was simply this. If I am giving Mozilla money and Mozilla is doing something I don't like, and I contact them telling them I don't like what they're doing with the same email account that I'm using for Mozilla VPN, they are much more likely to listen to anything I have to say. Okay. Versus some random stranger off the street kind of thing. But the real reason I'm giving them money is we only have really in 2020 two browsers that are in contention. Yes, I know Opera still exists, but no, it really has no chance of winning right now. Yes, I know we have links. I know we have these all these other kinds of browsers on Linux that technically are not Chromium based, but they're not in contention to be at all popular. The only two browser bases that have any chance of winning right now are Google Chrome or Chromium based browsers, which include Brave, which include Google Chrome, which include Chromium, which includes Microsoft Edge, which includes Vivaldi, uh, everything. And then you have Firefox, which is just Firefox. So anything that can have any possibility to fight the behemoth called Google Chrome and Chromium, I'm going to give them money. And I have. I give them over $25 a year now just because. And now I'm giving them $5 a month just because. And I'm going to keep doing it just because. Um, I need other companies to contend with. I need other companies to put up the good fight. I need other companies out there to want to do better. And I want Google to, dare I say, look over their shoulder and know if they mess up too much, they're right there waiting to take the mantle away. I'm not going to say they're going to win. I'm not going to say Mozilla has a chance of winning, but at least they're doing something. And that's why I will keep giving Mozilla VPN $5 a month. And if you want to too, it's very easy. You just go to mozilla.org, create a free account, request access to the VPN, and voila, in a couple of days you'll get the notification that will ask you if you want to go pay for it. Now, when it's available on desktop, I'm going to try to use it when I watch my pay-per-views, my UFC pay-per-views, and see if my quality improves, because I'm going to believe it does. There's more than a couple of the streams and feeds that I've witnessed. They're obviously coming from countries other than mine. So maybe that will make things better for watching those good knockouts. And a quick pause and a tangent. One other constant we have in this world is, besides people being ingenuitive, besides, I believe, people being nicer to each other. I mean, there's no world wars going on. The countries trying to kill other countries seems, like I said, amenable to me. Not only that, but we have people literally being more humane to each other, even when I talk about something like UFC. If you ever watch UFC back in like the early 90s versus today, it was a absolute horrific bloodbath compared to the class that's in the ring today. And I mean that for real. I'm seeing unbelievable little amounts of broken bones. If a fighter does something that anybody deems classless, like after a bell blatantly pushing somebody even, or hitting somebody or spitting on somebody, they are kicked out of the league for life. Okay. It's now turned into a genuine classy thing where people with genuine talent seem to do better rather than just barroom brawlers. So tangent done, but I'm really liking what I'm watching with UFC. I gotta say that. Okay, hit another pause. Let's see what kind of other stuff we got here. Do that. Oh, maybe if I do this. That's better. Okay. Oxygen camera. Pair Wiimote, Mozilla VPN, native alpha. This was interesting. Don't want to mention that. Content, Premium Google Pixel, Aurora OSS. I am going to mention this. So this is the kind of thing that caught my eye. first come here, go back up here, bang, 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 bang. Okay, now this was another thing that literally caught my eye. Okay, it's Aurora, Aurora, open source software. And the description says Aurora OSS, uh, Aurora open source software, an organization that aims to build applications that are easy to use and beautiful to look at. Aurora apps are open source and do not collect any sort of user data. We build community. Okay. So it makes it sound like it's also a designer that cares about privacy, that is open source, and customization is available to you. Um, the thing that caught me was they basically have a alternative to the Google Play Store, literally called Aurora Store, a false client for the Play Store. You click download, you open it up, voila, you have open source application access in the Play Store. As soon as you open the app, though, they warn you if you log in with your account, Google might ban your account because technically, by using this application, you're violating their agreement. They are very upfront about, which thank you, Aurora. Okay. So you can open up the app, choose not to log in with your account, and then you can basically browse the Google Play Store with very tight filters. For instance, you can say, only show me apps without ads, only show me apps without in app purchases. Very nice searching features indeed. Um, they also have two other apps on here. One is for Droid, which is a unofficial F Droid app. If you don't know what F Droid is, basically think of it as the Google Play Store, except maintained and monitored for free open source projects, and that's it. It's not a Google profit driven center. It's a free open source Libra app store. Then they have the App Warden management utility. Basically, think of it as like an advanced settings menu for all of your apps, and then it has Aurora wallpapers. Um, I like again people doing things different. I like advanced searching features a lot. I really appreciate the ability to open up a window, do a search, and then tweak knobs to drill down deeper and farther into the application stores. Because here's one of the hidden things about the Google Play Store. This is the truth. They suck at search on their own Play Store. And that's because they have a hidden knob in the back that controls everything. And that hidden knob is one of the things that they severely rate is how frequently do you put out updates and when was your last update? What I mean by that is if you haven't updated your app in a year, even if you type the exact name of that app in, you're going to have a hard time finding it because other people have put out more recent apps that have that name somewhere in their description. I don't like the idea of newer immediately equals better. I can understand someone saying it could be better, but I do not agree with someone saying it basically has to be better. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'll just say I'm highly skeptical that something new is obviously better than something that's not new. So my logic is we're going to talk about one of two here. One is this one, which is something I heard about on Dual Screens podcast. Dual Screens podcast interviewed this developer who seemed like a really nice guy, is what I'll say. Um, and then this is one that Ivor sent over to us in our chat. Uh, this one like almost scared the hell out of me because this one I could see being like a literal trainer if you actually want to run for office. Um, it's called the Political Machine 2020, especially if the video would load. Maybe the video is not going to load. Because this is why Bill O'Reilly said, well, let's do it live. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, okay, there you go. Basically pick your party, pick your politician where you can actually, of course, customize everyone. Travel on the campaign trail. So, like, if you go to Seattle, let's talk about climate change. Nothing else, just climate change. And you can upgrade your individual skills so you can like focus on whatever state you want to focus on, kind of thing. Um, this seemed too accurate as an actual political running for all office trainer. This one scared the hell out of me. Now, election year knockout 2020 punch out boxing literally reminds me of Punch Out, aka Mike Tyson's Punch Out on the NES, um, which I found to be almost refreshing to have a game harken back to that kind of um, mechanic, is what I'll say. But I honestly don't like talking about anything political wise. Because I don't think anybody wins with any of that stuff. All it does is cause people to freak out. And I do believe this election year knockout is actually available on Steam and maybe Xbox Arcade. I know it's available in a couple places. Mactroid. Okay, I'm going to talk about this one. This one came in from this one came in from I believe it was, I can't even think about it. Did Discord, which was this one. I forgot to copy that one. Something like this. Control C, delete. Okay, I did already. Okay, so bang. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, this one I actually found at least interesting, as I want to say. Yeah, this was definitely off of Discord. Okay. Okay, so this app I was actually told about on Discord. Um, if you want to check us out on Discord, please feel free to hang out with us there. This app is called Macro Droid Device Automation. Aerosoft is the developer. T for tools. Everyone contains ads and in-app purchases. When I called the person out on that, they said, I've used this for hours. I've never seen any ads. Then they piped up, oh, when you go in the app and click for an in-app purchase, one of the in-app purchases was to get rid of the ads. And I want to say it was $140. It wasn't that expensive at all. 4.3 average reviews, 32,000 reviews. Wow, that's pretty high number. Updated July 27th, 2020, 28 megs in size, 1 million plus installs. Current version 4.9.8.1 requires 4.0 Android and up, which is fine. Content rating E for everyone, I bet. In-app purchases $250 to $10. So it might have been $250 for that in-app purchase. Permission, this is going to need a fair amount of permissions because, again, this is a device automation thing, kind of like Tasker. So it's going to need location, camera, contacts, calendar, photos, Wi-Fi, phone, device and app history, device ID, call information, SMS, microphone identity, storage, and other. Now, the dirty secret is it really doesn't need all these accesses. It will prompt you and ask you to grant access for these things only if these are the things that you really want to take advantage of this app with. So, if you don't want this thing accessing your app, don't do any automation routines involving your mic, and you have nothing to worry about. I will say this is easily 100 times better looking than anything I've seen in Tasker. If you're a Tasker developer, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right. Um, I'll say a very easy interface. Oh, yes. And the other in app purchase was the ability to have an unlimited number of ability to go into their forums, perform a search, and download somebody else's automation routine. So hypothetically, you don't have to build nothing from scratch. That was the 250, I want to say, to where you could basically have an unlimited number of going up to their place and downloading the automation routines. By default, I want to say you got 6 for free, maybe 6 or 8 automation routines for free. Again, this is a monitor for an event happens and it triggers an action, and that's basically the gist of it, kind of thing. Like if an application gets launched, launch this other app or force the screen rotation is their example. When you're in this location, uh, shoot an SMS to this person saying, "I'll be home for dinner soon." All kinds of automation. Macro droid, all one word, device automation. I will say this: it does seem like a cool app, even though it says contains ads and in-app purchases. Completely free to download, and you can pay to get the ads away, which is always good in my opinion. Okay, I promise to have the graphics fixed next time. Let me take a look at just two of these real quick. This one. Huh. I'm not gonna find. Okay, what was it? Let me see. This one. This one. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this one for giggles too. Let's take a look. Outsider Afterlife. Okay, see if that looks right. So apparently, the first time I launch any video, it's never going to work. And then of course, as soon as I said that out loud, it started to work. Okay. I don't remember tagging this one, but okay. Okay, so it's a multi-puzzler. Ooh, interesting. Not gonna lie. Let me X out of that one. Check out this one. Yeah, this one there was no video, which of course means it's a great app. Oh yeah. This one was the walk around. Yeah, this was like Mist. Yeah, Mystery of Blackthorn Castle was like Mist. $2.99. Doesn't seem bad. Okay, now this is the one I'm going to talk about because I'm a nerd. Okay. Okay. Okay, last one on the list. I will just put it like this. This is another one I found interesting, partially because it is a progressive web app, but partially because they promise no history, no logs, no nothing chat. Okay. You can go to emberclear.io, emberclear.io. Okay. You can access this desktop, laptop, phone, whatever, Chromebook, put in your same credentials. Now, the only reason I trust this is it looked like if you forgot your password, there is no such thing as a password recovery. Okay. I also was able to put in a 63 character password, which means they're properly they're properly hashing the password. Okay. If any website limits your number of characters you put in as your password, that's a clear sign they're not hashing your password, which means they're definitely not salting and hashing your password, which means they're not very great at doing their job. Two, if they offer a password recovery, that means they have a password on file somewhere, kind of thing. The safest websites in the world have no password recovery and will have unlimited length of passwords because they're not storing your password, they're storing the hash of the password. This is a web app, progressive web app, where you can simply log in the web interface and have encrypted chat end to end with no logs being kept and no history being kept, whatever. If you need something completely on the side with complete security, Ember Chat, I'm sorry, Ember Clear, EMBERCLEAR.io. There's nothing to install. Okay. Because here's the truth. If you have, like, for instance, Signal installed, then the officials can look at your phone and say, you have Signal installed. What are you hiding? If you simply go into your browser and type in emberclear.io, then put your stuff in, and then when you're done your session, you clear your history, you clear your cookies, you clear your cache, no one will be able to tell that you were there, of course, except for your ISP, except, of course, unless you're running a VPN like either Mozilla VPN or private internet access. So this is just one layer in an onion called security. just another option I wanted to throw out there. Okay, so okay, so okay. We'll go like this. We'll try to do this. Okay. Okay, so to do a quick roundup, we have on this show the brain behind Pixel's leaving Lenovo Yoga X slash Android tablet or dual monitor. Then we have the pre-order Xiaomi Mi 5 band. Then we have the 100 and 125-watt chargers. Then we have the uh, smartwatches and fitness trackers double as earbud holders, which just brings us one step closer to Ivor's dream of a tablet watch. Then we have Corning Gorilla Glass making ever changes. We have a good email with a couple apps there. We also have a good list of some progressive web apps. Then we have OpenScan, Buzzkill, Google Play Pass, modifications, Microsoft Android transformations, Mozilla VPN launches finally, Aurora OOS, Macro Droid, and Emberclear. If you would like to contact us, please never hesitate, aaa@podnutz.com, or you can send us a voicemail at 707-6podnutz.com. In the notes will be every single link that we could have brought to this show. We don't never have time to bring all of them. If you would like to partake in selecting what we bring to the show, I will be posting this to the stream, to the feed live on YouTube before we go live every week. Now, if you would like to partake in this live show, you can follow us on either Twitter, Facebook, Discord, other places, and we will post when we go live. We try to go live Thursday nights at 9 p.m. If you would like a guaranteed notification when we're going live, then you honestly have to join our patreon.com/Android App Addicts. If I'm out running with the wife on Thursday and I don't get home till 10 minutes before showtime, and I only have time to post one place that we're going live, that's the place I'm only going to, I am always going to go to post live. And if you would like to just take a little dip into what kind of things I listen to, please check out the newer podcast on our network. Already has over 100 episodes. It's called The Revolving Door, where I go over all of the podcasts that I subscribe to and all the content that I subscribe to in a very short sub 3-minute podcast. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Red, Rob, Captain Zero, and Mark, thank you guys for coming out. I promise also to the live viewers, next week I will have a higher picture quality on the screen, and we will talk to everyone again real soon. Oh, I know. Steve hated reading the half the end of the show because it was t as my kids would say, TMLW, too much like work. What's wrong with you, Dad? And while I love Steve C, he was. I will be rude if I would say he cut corners because he didn't cut corners. It wasn't about cutting corners. It was about being efficient in what he did. Um, Hence why he had stuff like the Skyposaurus kind of thing set up. Where I don't have that. I can't have that. So what I'll ask is, uh, Rob or Red, I know you guys have been out here before the live shows. Did it always look that way? Is what I want to say, because I will say now, no matter what I set my resolution in my stream settings, I think it is, I get a constant warning. Please check the video resolution, the current resolution, which is not optimal. Doesn't matter what I pick. I go from the highest quality, one by one by one by one, down to the lowest quality. I always get the same warning message. Regardless or irregardless, whatever doesn't annoy you, I'm going to also change that to be a higher number next week. But I'm always shocked at how much lag there is. I have 100 up and 100 down. It should never be that bad. Okay, so brain. Oh yeah, brain. Come over here. Hit stop. Close. 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 Yeah. Let me come over here. Crap. No. Yeah. Okay. So, oh man, my brain. Oh man. Yeah, I will say, I love Firefox is my main go-to, but it does seem like whatever Google is doing, Firefox doesn't like it, or it doesn't like Firefox or whatever is the way I'll put it. It's computer, file, home. I do think it actually worked out to where I could talk to you guys and yet still have minimal editing because I was using a different tool to do the recording. I mean, we'll have to see. But if it works out, hell, I like that a lot. That's what I'll say. B 192, 168.2. And if there's a better way to share the doc or a doc or whatever for better interactivity, I'm definitely game for that too. Okay, so let's go documents, new, home, public, audio, raw, convert. Yep, two files. That's right. One pre power outage, one post power outage. Freaking power outage. Oh, raw, convert. Bada bing. Control C, incoming. Okay, that worked. You cut out to the power drop. Power drop tolerance. Yeah. Well, and I hate to say that. It's one of those things I've noticed with YouTube. If you watch something that just got posted, like literally just got posted, you only have like a short number of video quality choices. Then you come back to that same video an hour later, you'll get more choices of video quality. I don't understand it. Well, it's YouTube being YouTube. Okay, F2. Bang. Okay, so let's first edit this one, which should be. Oh, yeah, it looks fine. Well, it looks mostly fine. Let me go like this, see what it looks like. Come here, do some compression. 18. Good, shouldn't take long. Look good. Oh, look damn good, actually. Okay. Incoming. I swear, if this is the kind of show that sounds better than any other show, I'm going to be really upset. I shouldn't be, but I will be. And wow, this Raspbian Nighthawk Edition Chromium browser will not stop reloading. It's literally insane how much this thing reloads. Well, and I will say I do think it depends on what screen you're looking at. What type? I hate to say it. I swear, if you look at this on Android, it'll probably look better. Not only because it's a smaller screen, but because Android does this secret sauce better with YouTube, which I know sucks. D live stream app trying to be YouTube. No, can't say I heard of that. I'll say most of the competitive things I've heard. Rephrase. Most of the things I've heard that are trying to compete with live stuff with YouTube have been bombarded with QAnon people, gun loving people, Antifa. I mean, every fringe thing I've ever witnessed in my life seems to be first on those platforms, and I get like terrified to go there because I keep thinking they're going to be shut down. Last one I looked at, I want to say it was a BitTorrent Live thing where quite literally the more people that watched, the higher the quality went up on the stream. I went to the front page and it was literally like public water is killing you. Um, something like how to kill the most people in the shortest amount of time, bomb making, and I can't remember what the other. It was like four things right on the front page, and I was just like, okay, bye. This is I'm not supposed to be here. It's like walk. It's like Homer Simpson backing into the bushes, kind of thing. I just felt like that wasn't right. We'll see how this episode turns out. Yeah, YouTube gave you a chat rate of 1. I guess that's not good. I don't know. I know most of the things I watch on YouTube, if I am watching it, even though it's uh, not the live stream, it replays it like it's a live stream. The chat, I can't even follow it. I literally can't follow it. It's like insane. And I will say, now that you say that, Red, Jitsi Meet did have a button right in it where you could say go live, but I think it was intended to then connect with YouTube, I believe. Now I see an edit I got to do. Come on, man. So it's 11 o'clock. Hmm. I still feel like I don't want to say, it's pain, but it's really not. It's more of a stiffness, a weird stiffness, and like a heat numbness going down my arm. I don't know what the hell's going on. Well, I know what they told me, but I don't know how that can be heat or whatever. Dang it. Come on, stop. I want to see what happens right here if I zoom in. Aha. Is that a lip smack? Looks like a lip smack. Man, I was watching the Maryland governor press conference today where he was announcing the head of the Health and Human Services. I can't believe I got that right. Health and Human Services was stepping down after she was already retired. He talked her into coming back for a year. He then like tricked her into staying for 2 full years. And then the replacement was up on the stage talking, and oh my goodness, I felt like such an audiophile. Her lip smacking was driving me absolutely nuts. Well, I don't feel sorry for anybody that relies on YouTube monetization, Red. That's the only way I can put it. Um, if you put your stuff and you're beholden to a company, then you're asking for trouble. You know what I mean? You're just asking for trouble, especially Facebook and YouTube, because they have no choice. They're getting hammered by the government, and don't them fool you. They're begging to be regulated. They want regulation. Take a look at the history of America and regulation. There hasn't been a single regulation put forth that wasn't basically prescribed by the company it was regulating. Because once you start to put regulations in place, you make competition in like near impossible to happen. The perfect example is TV stations. I cannot tomorrow put up a tower and launch a TV station. I can't. It's all regulated. And the only person that benefits are the people who already have their licenses, which is one of those weird, insane things of life, is the way I'll put it. Okay. Editing is actually going finally fair, is what I'll say. Hey, the hell are you're not supposed to be here, Josh. You're on vacation. It's good looking pictures, man. Okay, so that actually was actually fair. That was fine. Okay, so now open up the ye old faithful. Oh, I already forgot to put in the email apps. Such a slacker. Let's see if this will work. Entire screen. Entire screen. Last time I tried this, it was working, but then it kept bombing on it. That's what I'll say. recent AAA. Yeah, I tried something different, Josh. I used Google Meet to present to the public, but then I used Mumble to record, which meant I could just click the button and stop recording, but still talk to everyone live. Because I felt like if I try to do a show nonstop from beginning to end without any breaks or pauses, it was just going to sound like a train wreck sooner or later. You know what I mean? So at least with this, I could pause. I could essentially pause and then talk to people, get a couple links lined up, and then come back and say what I was talking about. And the example I'll use is, let's see how visible it will be. Oh no, I don't think it's gonna be very visible here. It's where I talk and then there's a break, and then I talk. Wow, that's taking a little bit of time. Okay, so we can do this while thinking about it. Let's say, see, it looks like it already stopped presenting. Oh no, it did. Okay, there you go. It's working. It's where there's going to be like huge breaks of silence in the audio. That's when I hit the hotkey in Mumble for it to stop recording. But in post, it should just all come out fine. In air quotes is what I'll say. Okay, so let's see. Save track. Let's see how this thing looks when I actually export it though, because that's the real determining factor. And I will say 90% of my errors I have when I'm done exporting and I actually look at the visible waveform, I can tell if it's good or bad. No, Ivor was not here, but I had a good friend. I don't think he was calling me out individually, but he said he was listening to somebody on Patreon, supported them for 2 years, and then they said they'll be back in a month, and then like 3 months passed, and they kept taking Patreon money the whole time. That pissed them off, and then I stopped and I thought, I think I did the very same thing with Android app addicts, and I didn't realize it. So I said I got to put something out. So what I figured is I'll stream live and then record locally with Mumble, which should make it really easy to just bust out the silent parts literally with no work whatsoever, is my belief. Because that's the way I've been doing the revolving door. It makes editing like insanely simpler because I literally just don't care about the dead spots. There can be gigantic dead spots and it doesn't matter. I just instantly wipe them out like there's nothing there. Well, I mean, don't hesitate, Josh. You can listen to it, critique it, and come back and, pick on me like anybody else. Well, always good to hear from you, man. Okay, this should be done here in like 10 seconds. I don't understand why. I mean, in the YouTube, you're literally seeing me over here. It makes no sense. It makes no sense because on my screen, that's not what's happening. The resolution must be different, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. That's not confusing at all. Oh, wait, it is. Okay, let's see if it updates. Hmm. Yeah, see, the widget says I have a great connection. Oh yeah, I know, Red. It was Pod Brewers right around there with Tracy, Fire Brown, Spork Saber, which I swear I think I did see Spork Saber in person once. Maybe it was a Lennox Fest Northwest. He literally, I believe, I think I saw him. He said hi, and then he just disappeared. Because he always had something to do. Okay, this needs to finish. Big money, no whammies. It worries me when it takes this long. I know. That's what she said. Hell, I'm tempted to do some resistance band working out. So what is this? Your screen is being shared. Click here to control sharing. Your camera and microphone are being shared. Click here to control sharing. Come on now. You gotta be almost done. Gotta be. Gotta be. See if I do that. Come here. Okay. Huh. So yeah, the literal resolution is not right. That is weird. Huh. 'Cause if I come here, wow, that looks weird too. Oh man. Okay. I don't remember an hour-long podcast taking this long. I'm gonna blame Josh. Well, Spork Saber, I want to say was out of San Diego. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it did update. Okay, so let's say same thing, close. Come over here, come to outro, wave, and see like giant. Oh man, no, I gotta redo that. There's no way that should look like that. No, that's not good. It's not good. Okay, so close, go back. Actually, I do this just to be sure. Delete. You're gone. Q. Recent. And F9. Doing it live. Okay, save track. That's the bad part. Now I gotta wait for this again, which of course it could be worse. Yeah, he's definitely in California somewhere. And I will say it like this: I've had now two people Red tell me they wanted to do Pod Brewers again. I can't say no. I can't. I cannot say no. Um, what I can say is part of the reason I think that show was as fun to do was because we had genuine experts on who were not pompous about brewing. Tracy knew the, everything about the history of brewing, how to brew, when to brew, why to brew, all the different parts of brewing. And then we had Spork Saber who knew apparently just as much. And then we had two stupid people. We had me and Buyer Brown who would constantly ask questions. Um, if we do another pipe prod brewers show, we have to have literal experts on, and that's not easy. It does sound right, like he's a camper. I know like once or twice he did it on a porch, but most of the time I do think he was in a camper because he was always afraid of like how much background noise it would cause from the bugs and stuff. Okay, give me. Well, now the good thing is I got my earpiece. Okay, give me like 30 seconds and I will be back. Okay. Because honestly, oh, and I'll say it like this, Red. Man, the amount of types of beverages that are out there today seem the choice is insane. I mean, yes, there's a lot of IPAs, but there's a lot of everything, any and everything. And now, because, the majesty of the internet, we can literally get anything from anywhere that was been made, anywhere. So that's the real reason why I'm like, we really could do this. Wouldn't be hard, wouldn't be complicated. Might be, something only like once a month or twice a month because, timing. And that's one thing I do still believe to this day. The hardest thing with podcasting isn't podcasting, it's timing and scheduling. It's getting more than one person to dedicate and agree for any time. That's not easy. Because, we all got something, whether it's pets, work, family, like softball leagues, whatever. We all have something. Schooling, education, any kind of hobbies or whatever. Yeah. Timing is not easy. Oh man, this thing should be rounding third here. I really hope the audio is going to look better. I really do hope. Because there's no way to preview how it's going to look when it's rendered. So that would take like 90% of the guesswork out. Because that was one thing I did learn. I literally, for months, I downloaded everything from Twit. And I just looked at it through the waveform. It's almost like looking at like something through like scientific equipment and not looking directly at it, but how it reacts to something. Looking at just the waveform taught me a lot, is what I'll say. Okay, I do believe it was on for more than a year. I'll say, Red. I don't know how much more than a year. See, still looks too, still looks too much. Still looks too much. Not good. One more time. One more time. And I'm tempted to look, but I'm terrified to look at the same time at a Nintendo 64 modded to do HDMI out. I can't go any lower. I can't. Okay, I can. Okay. Stop. Save. Here we go again. Big money, no whammies. Oh man, I watched two good documentaries. Okay. Both of them I believe are on YouTube because I'm a YouTube premiere, whatever person. I pay $15 a month for 5 people. So it's like $2 per person per month. I watched two of them. One was called, let me see if I can find them really quick. Damn it, come on. No, man. Wow. It's like it really didn't want to go there. Okay. Price is Right documentary. What? It wasn't on Netflix. I watched it. Yeah, Perfect Bid. Yeah, it was on YouTube Movies. Let me see if I can get here. Yeah, it's called The Perfect Bid. It's basically the guy who knew too much about The Price is Right. Um, I don't know about you, but I found as a kid The Price is Right to be one of the most fun shows to watch. Sitting with my mom, um, watching the show. The one thing I remember is she thought I was a genius. Like how did I know the price of that? How did I know the price of this? And I'm thinking to myself, that's the same ugly green fridge it would spit on like six times in this year, Mom. It's always been 6.99 kind of thing. That's what this guy did. He was an obsessive compulsive person who basically recorded on pen and paper every single item that appeared on The Price is Right, and then got got the opportunity to be in the crowd of the show. That's all I'm going to say about it. After that, it was just a super fun thing to watch. Um, the other one I watched was Back to the Future documentary, which I found really fun to watch, and I didn't think it was going to be, to be honest. Back to the Future. Maybe it's called Out of Time. Back in Time. That's what it's called. Um, again, like a fan. I don't want to say it's a fan made project because it was definitely a professional made project, but it was made because they literally loved the movie and they sat with everyone, whether it was Spielberg, writers, directors, Michael J. Fox, or even a little bit, just about how the movie changed everything, how the movie came about, why the movie came about, what changed in the writing, because it turns out the original ending to the movie involved Marty McFly. I'm going to say this wrong. Getting inside of a refrigerator, a lead lined refrigerator, and surviving a nuclear blast, aka Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull movie. That's where they got it from the original Back to the Future uh, storyboard, which I didn't know. That to me was actually kind of crazy. But I will say, if you're at all a fan of Back to the Future or The Price is Right, you really should check out one of those two documentaries. I thought they were fantastic. I'm a sucker for Price is Right, though. I got no problem saying that. Three Floyds, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Three Floyds, I want to say they sold one of their plants. They did something that made a lot of people mad here in the last couple of weeks. And I will say this, more than a couple of the independent brewers have been quietly gobbled up by the big boys, where the big boys are basically sick and tired of losing business to like these upstarts, these bush league people. I'm sure they look at it in their opinion because, how could they possibly do as good a work as us, kind of thing. So they keep buying them out. In the Northwest, there was a group of 30 brewers that all like teamed up, bonded together, became one organization. 30 days later, Anheuser-Busch bought them out. A lot of the classic beer drinkers up there were really, really mad. And it's like, that's what happens. If you're really good, you get bought out or you get put out of business. I will say, uh, you know, now is a good time, I think, to get into the business. Not that I am, not that I would, but it would be a good time to get into the business only because I think they have more educated people. Oh, that looks like maybe not even loud enough, but I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Let me look at the. No, actually, I think that's fairly fine. Okay, and look at this. This is ridiculous looking. Oh man, see, look at that ending music. That's how I know it's not loud enough. Zoom in, enhance. See, that's too big of a difference. Okay. 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 That's okay. I'm okay. You're okay. I'm okay. Can't we all just get along? Isn't that what they said in Canadian Bacon? I believe they did at least. Okay. So pull up the EQ again. Let's see again how high it goes. I don't remember getting it that low. I think I might have. Let me see. Did I do that? Let me see. No, okay. The music's all the way down there. There's no way I jacked music up. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. This goes. This is it. Big money. I think I got it. Okay, good. Oh man. Oh, oh goodness. And yeah, I'll say it like this. Good beverages of all sorts are now more affordable than ever, is what I'll say. What was only available to the elites just a couple years ago is now available to basically anybody with a couple bucks in their pocket. Granted, it's not going to be like $5, but it's going to be at least a little bit of money. But it isn't like back in the day, everything was like $600 a bottle. Mm, be safe, man. There's all kinds of crazies out there. Can we do this real quick? Stop presenting. It's the only thing I like about Google Meet. I stop presenting, I present, and I stop presenting, and I don't go completely orange like I do in other applications. Because I got to check this out. Okay, that's fine. Oh man. Okay, good, good, good. I do have the email and the notes. Okay, so now for giggles, let me come here. Dashboard. Get the post production actually started for the posting of the show. Might as well. Bang, come over here. Go to the Patreon. Actually, let me go like this. Post, all post, Patreon. They pass you going double the speed and then turn into a complex. I can't stand people that immediately they insist on passing you up and then they immediately take the first turn. It's like, then obviously you weren't in a big rush because it was right here. And I want to say it was 2020. It might have been 60 minutes. I remember back in the 80s. I don't know how true it was. I'll say that. But they had two people, one of them drive as aggressively as they could without blatantly breaking the law, and the other one being as gracious as possible, letting everyone get in front of them, doing everything they could to not run red lights or anything. They had both of them go from one side of, I want to say it was Chicago, to the other. And then when they were done, they wanted to see how long it took each of them to do their task. And the difference was seconds, not minutes for a city, but literally, I want to say it was like 15 or 20 seconds difference. Uh, like trying to show being polite and not being a jerk when you're driving doesn't really take that much time off your ride. Okay, 566 clone. Come over here. Come on, Cletus. Offer Patreon only merch. No, thank you. I really don't like the idea of Patreon only merch. That's like putting stuff behind a paywall, not enabling. That's one thing that I'll say Steve C insisted on, which I kind of agree with him. You first and foremost do everything completely free. And then anything you put behind a paywall, you sooner or later relinquish up. I don't like the idea of offering merch behind a paywall, especially because now Patreon made it clear that They want to know what state you're in so they can tax you for it. Try it again. Okay, there. 66. 66. Kind of like Route 66, only it's not a route. Links down to the bottom. Delete. Done. 66. Come over here. Control C. Come back to there. Links. Control V. Oh, here we go. Could be worse. Control K. Enter. Control K. Enter. For every link, I got to do Control K. Enter. Control K. Enter. Control K. Enter. Control K. Enter. Now there's an easier way to do this. Already up to Ember Clear. Aurora. Mozilla. Microsoft. Subscription service. Buzzkill. Open Scan. Progressive Web Apps. Email. Clean up the URL. And I did find a Firefox plugin that removes all the garbage at the end of a URL. It's literally called Neat, N-E-A-T. So any link that you click on gets rid of everything after what's important, which is basically just tracking and tracing stuff in all reality. Because I haven't had to break anything. And if it was actually important stuff, it would break stuff. It's not. It's literally tracking and tracing stuff. That's all. Which just helps people like Google, not users. Gorilla Glass, earbuds, Fast Charge 1, Fast Charge 2, Mi Band, Lenovo, Pixel camera. That should be it. Okay, so now come back here. Let's take a look at this waveform. Better. I'm not going to say great, but good enough. So now I simply go like this and say truncate silence. Then magic happens. It's a little slow, but it's magic, so it takes a while. It's going to turn 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 45 seconds into much closer to 45 minutes, is what I want to say. I want to say it's going to remove nearly a half an hour worth of content. I'm going to say 45 or 48 minutes. It's almost done because it only has to go halfway, I believe, which is right there. There you go. 47. Dang it, I was close. Export. Output. See, it looks better now. That's all condensed. A, yes. Okay. Oh, man. Passing on the right. Well, they wanna die. Wow. Okay. So tonight doesn't want to work. Wow. Hopefully the VM will come up clean. I'm going to blame it on the power outage. They need to run some spin right on this thing. Okay, so let's come back here. Let's try to load the VM. See what happens. Big Monet. Worst case, I got to re-export again. More than likely. Which, if that's the worst, that's not really bad. Well, you know, everything's on a curve, kind of thing. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So, computer, file system, home, Podnutz, F3, SMB, FIDI, public, audio, outgoing. Good. Okay, we might be perfectly fine. So now, try this again. There's no way, I'll just put it like this, there's no way the fact that I'm presenting has anything to do with it. If Firefox will even let me present, definitely is going slower, I'll tell you that. Try it again. Entire screen. Yes, I know. I know. Like the fact Goog thinks I'm stupid. There you go. Okay, so now let's pop this puppy open. This is going to be the one with big gaps in it, which is fine. Do not recover. No, do not recover. Don't need a recovery. Do not recover. Yes, do not recover. Just need to open it up again. Oh, it did remember that. That's fine. Okay. 24 minutes long. Yeah, that's not right. So should have recovered. Wah, wah, wah. So now I know. I didn't think I had to. I thought the other file, because there was another one. There's another file in that folder called dash old. And in the past, you always just got rid of the dash old one. This wasn't right anyway. Hell, I'm kind of glad this all went bad. I didn't realize I didn't do this right. Which is come here, click the blue, come here, split, delete, move this back to line up to the line, but then come back to the end. Well, has a gap anyway, don't need to worry about it. Take these three. Oh, and I did watch another good documentary, Smothers Brothers from 2002 called Smothered, which of course, it's kind of a good name for it, just saying. I understand people being very polarized is the word I use. And I love the fact that everyone says how today everything's so polarized. You watch that video, guess what? People were really polarized back then too in 68, 69. They made a lot of people really, really mad with what they did. And they kind of made it clear that they were doing it on purpose. They kind of made it clear, like that's the point of this, is to cause people to sit down and talk about these kinds of things, which of course, a lot of people didn't like. What I didn't realize was literally like before them, um, TV was nothing but what they said fantasy. You had stuff like Bewitched, Beverly Hillbillies, things that were just complete and utter fantasy. So to have them come on TV and actually question stuff like politics the war in Vietnam and things like that was not what was normal. Um, One of the things they did I thought that was absolutely hysterical was they did a skit. It was a variety show, so they always did different skits. One of the skits was looking at one of the main brothers and a woman sitting in a chair, and all you saw was them, but you could hear what they were watching. And what they played two sensors censoring stuff. So they were basically making fun of the censors, which to be honest is kind of genius. Um, and needless to say, hey, hey, ho, ho, this show has got to go. Never got it got recorded, but they were never allowed to publish it, which, say what you want, believe what you want. I don't like censorship. I understand some things should be censored. There's no such thing as absolute perfect choice being made, but I'm all for letting people change the channel, kind of thing. And even if you want to encourage people to change the channel, let them change the channel. Optional artwork would be here. But dang, I don't know what a show name's going to be because I'm not good at names. Door talks to himself. Okay, still churning and burning. Coming here. Okay, yeah. Bang, badang, badang. AUDIO, bang. Okay. Waiting on the final product to say it's done. That time was much quicker, which is good. That's weird though. Okay, so do another post-processing loop. It could be work. Laughing. Yeah, laughing was a bit controversial, but what I didn't know, well, they knew every year going into the award shows they're not going to win an award. Laughing wins the award because Laughing did a really good job of balancing that line, sock it to me, of being just a bit controversial, but being very funny at the same time. I do remember some Laughing, um, but they did win an award. Of course, the year they got canceled is when they won Best Writing Award. What was it? Oh, what I didn't realize was when the show was put on, the guy was like, I don't care. I've put 9 shows up against Bonanza and I can't win. So I don't care. We just need to put something up. And there's no way we can wait 90 days for something to be made, written, um, directed, recorded, produced, posted, and all that. No, I don't have time for that. So we just need something up there. So they said, what about the Smothers Brothers doing a comedy variety show? Fine, I don't care. Put them on. And thus, and part of the deal was they were granted, um, oh God, what's the word? Complete control, artistic control over everything, complete artistic control over everything, which of course, in hindsight, there's no way that the studio in hindsight should have done that because that meant basically they just had to put on what was put on. And what I didn't realize was they were kicked off the air, in air quotes, fired for breach of contract. It took 4 years, but finally, when they went to court, CBS lost and they had to pay them money. So, in the end, the Smother Brothers won, but then the logic is at what cost? You know, I don't want to say it was the end of their careers, but it was the end of their television career. But then, of course, 20 years later, CBS invited them back on the air to do a reunion show. And I think because of money, they had no choice but to agree. Yeah, we need the money. Okay, we're doing this again. Hopefully, this time won't lock up. It shouldn't be because of any limitations in the VM, is what I'll say. Shouldn't have anything to do with that. It might be doing. It might have to do because of this presentation. To be honest, I don't know. Could be worse though. I really need to try to tomorrow flash something to this operating system, this Pine phone. I have a hard time though figuring out what's the most stable slash feature rich of the choices. But I do believe Post Market OS is the one that I can literally load Android applications on it. But the first video I watched on it, they were not very positive, is the way I'll put it, about how it ran and how quick it wasn't, how snappy it wasn't, and the fact that like certain things like Wi-Fi didn't work in the app, which of course that's kind of a game killer these days. Okay, seems like that went fine. Okay, fine, good. Okay, close. Do not save. Don't need to save. See, this old file was one that I deleted, which apparently I shouldn't have, but I did. Okay, now we have to come here, do the magical last bit of transcoding. 2566, which should only take about a minute and a half, and then we're basically ready to publish. That's good. Tell you, it does the presentation thing different than anything I've seen before. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's definitely different. Yeah. I'm almost having to look on eBay really quick just to see how much they cost. I'm terrified. eBay. Well, I want N64 with HDMI out. N64 HDMI. Basically modded Nintendo 64s. $305. Man. Let's just scroll down. There has to be a Nintendo 64 mod, N64 mod HDMI. Right? I mean, right? This is a beloved system. I just want to play it for the old wrestling games. Ultra HDMI for the N64 is the ultra HDMI board that adds HDMI output to your N64 all the way up to 1080p. That looks like soldering is involved. Oh, that's mildly scary. No cut mod. Latest firmware 2018, so it shouldn't be crazy expensive, is what I'm going to guess. Oof, I like the sound of this. I like the sound of this. I do. I do. Sharp pixels. I like. Okay, so what happens when I search Ultra HDMI? What's the price? Upgrade kit. Game Tech. $20. I'll have to come back and look at that later. Yeah. Distraction. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Control V, paste, audio, close, shut down the virtual machine, close the virtual box, come over here, launch my root shell. Especially when I type the right password, kind of helps. One of those weird things. Okay, just for giggles, I'm going to go up a directory, right click, properties, permissions, change permissions for enclosed files. Just change them all. Change, escape, close. Control C. Now launch Easy Tag because I do proper ID3 editing of my files. Everyone does. Because most times tools make this a lot easier and simpler. Yeah, not all of them, but some of them do. Now it's easy to do if you use iTunes as your converting tool. That's what these people tell me. Podcast, comment 0, composer, URL, image artwork, bang, public, save, launch my uploader of choice, connect, and I'm almost done. Public. Just make sure. Good. 555 is the last one. 566 is being uploaded. Now let's also come here and say select audio file. Audio 566. Okay, now it is published to the Patreon only stream right about now. See, that's one thing that I'm okay with. And I know, I don't want to say it's hypocritical, but kind of is. I'm okay with publishing immediately to Patreon and then having a delayed published on Podnutz 3 days later. I don't know how I'm okay with that, because if I wasn't me and I was looking at this from another place, I might not think that's kosher. Yeah, 3 days later. No one complains. If somebody complained, I would literally probably change it at a whim, just because I'm terrified to make people mad, except for that guy in the Discord chat who tried to tell us, swear that breathing, using a mask basically of any kind causes brain damage. To which I just wanted to say, pretty sure you already have brain damage. But I didn't. Instead, I tried to show him facts. The fact that the holes, if carbon dioxide is the size of a baseball, the size of the holes in the mask is 10,000 times bigger. It's the size of the largest skyscraper that is built today. If carbon dioxide is the size of a baseball, the size of the holes in a N95 mask is the size of the largest skyscraper in existence today. The coronavirus surrounded by the water is insanely bigger than the carbon dioxide molecule. So it's like, it makes no sense if it's mathematically irrational to think. Right? And then I didn't call him out. He said, I wear a mask for 12 hours a day at my job. I didn't really have the guts to call him out and say, no, you don't. You sit at home like 16 hours a day, like a hobbit, like a hermit, petrified, paranoid of people coming after you with cameras all around. You don't work 12 hours a day. Then at the end, he said he has 12 years of science behind his. What kind of science? He wouldn't answer. And then he said, after 14 years, this is how I get treated. I'm thinking, Podnutz hasn't been around for 14 years. What kind of math are you using? Did you learn Common Core? Because, you know. But hey, another one bites the dust. And here's the thing. The guy he insulted has been around since the Linux Basics days, which is 14 years ago. You know, kind of ironic he said that. But I'll say, all right, guys, I'm going to kill the stream. I'm going to try right now to see if I end the stream, will let me restart it with a different resolution. I don't think it will. Do not think it will, because that would make too much sense. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, if it doesn't work, I'll talk to you later.